Hello everybody, my name is Jeff Sabo and welcome to another edition of Behind the Cape. Well, it is the weekend of April 26th and we have the opening of Avengers Endgame. I was able to see it not too long ago and my goodness gracious, it is an incredible movie. It is well worth the 3 hours. Definitely make sure you empty out beforehand and get everything done at the concession stand. It is definitely well worth seeing. There are some moments about a half hour in and about an hour and a half in before everything really gets revved up, where you can actually sneak out to go use the restroom, but for the most part, you are not going to want to do that. Now, I'm not really going to discuss the movie in full, or I'm really not going to discuss a whole lot of it, just due to the fact, number one, the more I discuss, the more likely I'm going to leak a spoiler. I really don't want to do that. So I'm just going to make some recommendations of what you need to do before you go see this film. Number one, I would brush up on the following films. The first Captain America movie, Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War. You could probably get away with seeing the second Ant-Man movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Let's see, if you have a general idea what happened with the second Thor movie, you should be okay. Let's see, also review, the first 3 Iron Man movies. You don't really need to know a whole lot from the first one, but they do draw on some elements, I believe, from the second and the third ones in this particular movie at a couple of points. So make sure you just at least kind of brush up on that. And then also, make sure that you watch Thor Ragnarok. You review the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Both of them, both volumes 1 and 2. And then also Avengers Infinity from 1 year ago. Now, I know Avengers Infinity was considered to be a very somber and very depressing movie. You will not regret sticking it in one more time before you go see it. And I would also recommend rewatching the first Avengers movie, which I know it was a while back, and I definitely know it was, compared to some of the others, it's definitely considered to be kind of like one of the front runners in the series. You're not going to regret reviewing that one. You're not going to regret reviewing Winter Soldier. And I would definitely touch base with Thor Ragnarok. I know the reviews for that one weren't particularly as stellar as some of the other ones. However, they really do draw on several key elements from that film throughout this movie. So make sure you review all of those movies. And as mentioned before, make sure you empty out before going into the theater, because it is a long movie. It definitely does feel like 3 hours once you actually sit there, and get to the theater early. At the particular theater I was at, no assigned seating. It was general admission. People were lining up an hour before the movie even started to get in and get seats. So I would get to the theater extremely early, and I would definitely make sure that you at least go with somebody to save seats, just because with how quickly the theater was filling up, if you are in a theater with general admission, chances are you get up to use the restroom one last time before the movie begins, you are going to lose your seat. Now, discussing the movie a little bit, I'm going to touch a little bit. You're definitely not going to be disappointed. It is definitely well worth sitting there for the 3 hours. They do a great job tying in several key elements from the previous film and several of the other films. They really do an incredible job, of all the twists and turns, and also keeping your interest throughout. I have to admit, with going into this one, I kept thinking, okay, how are they going to do this with a 3-hour-long movie? Every which way, they go with the storyline. There's a purpose to it. They answer your questions about it in the end, and you're really not sitting there at all going, okay, where exactly is this going? So keep that in mind, and it is really a very entertaining movie. I would definitely recommend go seeing it. It is definitely a great way that they are going to get towards the end of Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that is it. Go see Avengers Endgame. It is well worth it. I'm Jeff Sabo, and thanks for watching Behind the Cape. We're going to see you at the movies.